So this story was a big deal on Sunday. I woke up and a lot of people had inboxed me and was like, Roxanne, did you see this video? And it was a video of Kirk Franklin cursing out his 33-year-old son, KirkVsKerrion Franklin. I wasn't familiar with the son, but I am familiar with the emotions that Kirk Franklin did have with his son. Listen, I'm gonna just keep it for real 100 with you guys. Okay, I am a mother, and you guys know that. All right, I try to respect my children as young adults. I try to respect their feelings. I try to be a mother who is easy for them to come to and talk to. All of that. I also can tell you that as a parent, my children have made me madder than almost any other person on this earth ever has. My children have the ability to piss me off to the highest level. And while I wish that many of the times I'm able to handle this pistivity much better, the reality is sometimes you lose your cool. Sometimes you say the wrong things. I don't try to say things that are super hurtful to my kids, no matter how mad they are. So I'm not going to call my daughter a bitch. I'm not going to say fuck you, because I've already told you guys that. There's certain things that I'm not going to say, but I still have had many times where I've cursed at my kids, cussed my kids out. Okay? Because that's just what the fuck happened. Do I wish sometimes that I would have handled things better? Of course. I don't like to be in confrontations with my children. I don't want to be going off on my children. Okay. I don't want to be seen where I'm losing my control and just really none of that is what a parent wants when they're disciplining their child or anything. But sometimes that shit happens. And when people say a lot of times, that you ought to be able to control yourself, all I can say to that is you either got some really great kids who never ever piss you off, or you don't have any, because there's just always a moment where these kids will test you. They will take you there. It is not a good look. Nobody is saying that Kirk Franklin looked great cursing his son out. And when I tell you he was, he said he called him a bitch ass. Okay. He said, I will break your motherfucking neck. Don't you ever disrespect me again. Okay? 9 times out of 10, you don't mean these things that you say. You are mad when you say, just like when you be like, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Okay? You ain't beating nobody's motherfucking ass. You saying it, it's the warning, but you know, most of the times you don't. So it's the same thing. Like, I'm not trying to excuse what Kirk Franklin did, but it happens. And that's really the best thing that I can say. It happens. It's unfortunate that the son felt the need to record it and put it out, because these are private family moments, and he obviously did it to make Kirk Franklin look bad, because, Kirk Franklin is, God's littlest Christian. He is out in the forefront as a gospel artist and a man of God, basically. And here he is on tape saying very ungodly things. So it's unfortunate the son, who's 33 years old, so grown, okay, not a child, would put that out. But he did it. Kirk Franklin, probably was embarrassed, upset, wanted to say his side. And so he comes out and apologizes. And if that's what he felt he needed to do, that's fine. If he felt that he had an audience out there that he felt, that he should apologize just for using those words, they were inappropriate, that's fine if that's what he wanted to do. But again, most people who are parents understand that sometimes the shit just happens this way. Kirk Franklin said that they've been having many problems with him over the years, Kirk Franklin and his family. And they've tried to get therapy for him, and that hasn't worked out. He said even in that conversation, he tried to get the therapist on the phone, but the son did not choose to put that part of the phone call out. But he apologized, and I mean, you guys, you know, as soon as you listen to it, you just be like, yeah. That's all I can say is, yeah, well, because we've been there. We've been there. It's not our proudest moment. And it's never something that we would want for the whole world to see. But how many of us want any of our confrontations with people in our family for the whole world to see? That shit is for our house, you know? So you wouldn't want that to get out like that. But I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to Ashley. And, you know, here we are. I'm not mad at Kirk Franklin. I'm actually sad for the family. I hope that they can work it out. You know, family feuds are tough. And, you know, they happen. I've been around, you know, the shit happens. It's hard on the family. It's definitely hard on the parents. It's just an unfortunate situation all the way around, because this young man has these feelings for his parents, and I'm sure his parents wish that their relationship was different. I'm sure that this has been hard on everybody. I just pray that the family, including the young man, because I know that he's still been out talking, and there's been other people that's spoken on it, people that are supporters of Kirk Franklin. I didn't even look up what happened with Reese Smiley and Brad, but evidently they had some things to say. I saw what Steve Harvey had to say. You know, everybody's been supportive of Kirk Franklin, so I'm sure that makes the boy feel like not the boy, he's a grown man. It makes Kerrion feel like he's, you know, that nobody is on his side. I'm not going to choose to take anybody's side. I'm just going to wish that, I'm going to pray that they can fix it. But, you know, a lot of times it'd be too much water under the bridge. But I know as a parent, I think that every parent would want, you know, most parents who have, you know, regular lives and everything would want for their children and them to have a great relationship. So did I explain it? Because y'all gonna be down in my comments saying, you know, it's not right and all of this, and it's not right. That's the thing. Nobody is saying it's right, but we saying this shit happens, and that's just really all I got on that, y'all. Y'all let me know what you think about Kirk Franklin. No, boy, I tell you, he was mad though, and you know he got way more cursing in him. He did that so clearly and concise. I was like, oh yeah, he's a professional cursor. I know one when I hear one. Y'all tell me what you think though. You guys, congratulations are in order to B. Scott, who is going to be the very first trans non-binary person who will executive produce an after show on BET. There is a show that's created by Lena Waithe, and I'm not sure what the show is about, but it's called 20s. I'm assuming it has something to do with the LGBTQ community, possibly something that has trans people heavily involved in the show, and that is going to be on BET. So, or it may be on I'm not sure if the show is happening already or if it's coming. But anyway, they are now going to have an after show called 20s After the Show. Okay, easily enough. And B. Scott will be hosting that show, and B. Scott will also be executive producing that. Okay, B. Scott likes to go by the term they. Okay, but it's uncomfortable for me to say they, because I feel like I'm talking about a bunch of people. So that's why I'm gonna just keep on saying B. Scott. If I said he earlier in this, you guys it was a slip of the tongue, no disrespect there. But anyway, congratulations to B. Scott. We have been watching B. Scott for years. Many of us who had dreams of being on YouTube, who had dreams of, you know, creating and maintaining and sustaining a very successful blog. B. Scott was one of the first to do these things. So it is all paying off for B. Scott now. And even though B. Scott had a little bad history, a little bit with BET, they had a little hiccup back when B. Scott was hosting like a red carpet pre-show or something, and some mix-up, something happened, and there was some drama. I don't even remember exactly what happened, but there was a little bit of bad blood there for a minute. But it seems like they've been able to work things out. Like I said, Lena Waithe is in on that project, which means that B. Scott was interested, and I'm sure that in being in on that project as well. And now B. Scott will be able to executive produce that show, that after show. So congratulations to B. Scott. We are very, very, very proud of you. All right, you guys, this is a real fast story before I just move it on to the next. They say that RayJ&Prinky have called off the divorce once they game. I told you guys that RayJ&Prinky is on some bullshit, okay? That these two will go back and forth. It's like they fight, and it gets real big, and real serious, and then they make up. And this time is not unlike any of the other times they've broken up, okay? They seem to have worked it out. Now, it seems that he has moved his family, at least temporarily so, to Miami. It's funny because they moved to a whole new state. He was trying to move them to Nevada, and now he's trying to move them down to Miami. It's just like, what's in California that you guys got to get all the way out? I think it's too much temptation there for Ray J, but shit, from LA to Miami? Shit, that's jumping out the fire and into the frying pan. Is that the saying? Anyway, him and Princess and the kids are down in Miami, and everybody seems to really like it there. The vibe is right, as my daughter always says. It got to be the right vibe. So they love it there, and Ray J has said that it's seemed to really work well for his family, and so now he is thinking about moving his whole family there, and with no plans of coming back to LA, California anytime soon. It's time to just kind of burn the bridges. Well, he won't burn no bridges because his family is all there, but it's just time for him to do something a little different. So him and Princess are saying that they're going to move down there and hopefully continue on the good vibes of their now canceled divorce. So good luck to him. I would like to see Prinky and Ray J make it. They've been together so long. We've seen so much happen with the two of them. It would be nice to see that they could make it. So, and they got 2 babies. Let's try to fight for the family. So they're together for now. All right, you guys. So remember after Kobe Bryant's the helicopter crash, and it killed him, his daughter, and all the other people that were on board. We heard that there was someone who had possibly taken pictures of the scene. Well, the story went that right after it happened, Vanessa Bryant was very concerned that people might be trying to get onto the crime scene to take pictures. And the sheriff's department had assured her that no, nobody will get in there. Nobody's going to take any pictures. That they would make sure that they left that all closed off so people couldn't get in, people couldn't fly over, anything. Well, the sheriff did not realize that his own men, someone that was actually working there, actually was taking pictures with their personal cell phone. And evidently this sheriff actually took between 50 and 100 personal pictures on his personal cell phone, saved them in his camera roll, and then sent the pictures out to other other officers, other sheriffs who were not involved on this case. So once the sheriff's department found out about that, they did let Vanessa Bryant know. So she went to court. She wanted to fight to have their names released, to let people know who did that, and she won. So here goes the names. We have Joey Cruz, Rafael Meija, Michael Russell, and Raul Versales. So Meija, M-E-I-J-A, is the one who was working at the case at the scene. He took the pictures and he sent them on to Cruz. Cruz shared the pictures with Russell and Versales, and Russell then showed the pictures to family members, also went to the bar and was bragging at the bar, I'm sure after he had a sip or two, about how he had these pictures and was showing people at the bar. Okay, one of the patrons at the bar thought that this was disgusting, because it is, and so he reported this man. And that's when the sheriff's department was able to round up all the people that was involved through text message and airdrop. And so those are the 4 that were involved. There are other people that saw it, but these are the ones who actually shared the pictures. Vanessa Bryant is on a suing, she is suing a whole bunch of people with that case. So that is not the last that we'll hear of any lawsuits brought with that whole accident. Hey guys, so a sad story. TinaTurner has a documentary coming out. It's just simply called Tina. It's a reflection of her life, a reflection of her career, how the beginning was very difficult for her as a child, but eventually her life landed in a great place. At least we thought that's what it would be. But now they're saying that even within this documentary, that TinaTurner is saying that she did not have a good life. She was not happy with her life. She said that even with all the good things that did happen in her life and what she was able to succeed, people will say that you should be proud of that. And she says she is proud. However, she doesn't feel like the good outweighed the bad. And, in the documentary, she goes on to talk about her relationship with her mother, how difficult her childhood was, like I said. And yeah, it doesn't sound like this documentary is going to be, what's really sad, to get to be 81 years old, because that's how old TinaTurner is now, and to be unhappy with your life. I can't imagine being miserable with what happened in my life and knowing that my life is almost over, and there's really nothing I can do about that. That is a big fear. I don't want to grow to be old and unhappy and miserable. We've seen it. Many of us have seen it with our grandparents. Some people have seen it with their parents. I know of people who've had, I've had many discussions with, they're saying that, their grandparents are unhappy, 80s and 90s and just miserable. And I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine. You would hope that you would have lived your life long enough to be proud of what you did, and then when you get to your older golden years, that you can just sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor and be around your family and your grandchildren, and you just live out the rest of your days and some peace and some happiness. And it just doesn't happen for a lot of people, no matter what. Like TinaTurner's rich woman and did a lot with her life and has gotten to this point and is unhappy. Now, of course, she does have health problems, and I'm sure that also brings some negative views sometimes when you are dealing with, she's had kidney failure, she has had a stroke, we know that she has cancer, so she's sick, and I'm sure there's pain and all of that, so that probably has also made her outlook be very bleak. But I was sad when I was reading that, so she's saying that this documentary is like her farewell to her fans, because she's planning on, hiding herself away from the public eye after this, because she wants to just, I hate to say it, but she seems like she just wants to die without having to deal with people anymore. And, that's really, really sad. Really, really sad. I just pray that the woman actually is able to get some peace, while she's at home recovering. If that's what she wants to do and she feels like she needs some time to herself to just kind of get through it, I hope that she's able to reflect and can find some peace, because I don't want people to die with tormented souls and things like that. So that's what's going on with TinaTurner. But her documentary is coming out very soon, and it's just called Tina. Will you be watching? Congratulations are in order to LeBron James, who is now the part owner of the Boston Red Sox. Evidently, Fenway Sports Group has added him in as a partner, him and his business partner, Maverick Carter, they will be the first black men to be a part of this Fenway Sports Group. And good for LeBron James. He is trying to make his imprint in the sports world. He says that this is just the beginning, that he's always wanted to own teams because he feels like he has a lot of knowledge about the business. He knows, he can see talent. He says that ultimately he would like to own a basketball team. That's the ultimate goal. So he sees this as just stepping stones to get to where he wants to be. So good for LeBron James. Like I said, he is a part owner along with his business partner, Maverick Carter, of the Boston Red Sox. Congratulations to y'all. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you